Hello everybody and welcome to Icebane Gaming's Month of Valentine's Every Hole is a Goal Spectacular. Today, we're going to be going on a perfect date. Okay, never played this before, so let's make a new game. Let's see how lucky we get. Which one looks closest to me? None of these. He has nice hair. There we are. That's me, of course. Yeah. I'll do autosave. I don't think I'm making any mistakes here. The only mistake is this event. Not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now. So it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach, make yourself ready. I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off baked beans. And didn't really think I had a choice of being accepted to be a part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Yet here it is, the little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about my bag until I found my papers. DPRI, DP Corporation. Dear Icebane, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of Research Assistant to Professor Popper in our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Hans DPG. No mistake, that's my name. Right there on the top left corner, Icebane. And there's his name on the bottom, the genius behind the whole operation. Professor Popper, science genius, and my new boss. I look up from my papers and see a dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty through an opening in the rocks. I blow out the breath that I've been holding in and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely. Take your belongings, we won't be back for days. So don't leave nothing you need. Thank you. I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up to the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be the security officer of some kind. Joe. Sir, you caught a mouse. Sir caught you a mouse. Wow, what a name. I should come up with a different voice for him. Then he laughs loudly, as though he's the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very disconcerting. The security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. What's be having you done? He holds out a large hand, which I assume is to offer me help off the boat, but as I reached out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so I almost fall over the side. What a great start. ID card. Oh, I see, of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the lemonade car I was given on the mainland. Cat Island Security. Name Icebane. Date issued January 1st, 2017. Or 1917. Either works. Anything I could change about that? Probably not. Too late now. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. Yeah, my time as a security guard, I did pretty much the same thing. Let's roll. I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush and green. I'm already under its spell. After no more than a couple minutes of trekking, we are at base camp, which consists of a large assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are the labs. The whole camp is moderate, but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people, in fact, and there's no one apart from me, from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. ... I try not to get paranoid. Here. He's stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Ahem, hello. A firm but friendly voice calls out. Let's see, what voice should I give him? Come! I walk in, and there he is, hunched over some documents. He is Great Professor Popper. Sir, it's an honor to meet you.
Yes, yes. You must be Icebane. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey.
Well, long.
Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you a refreshment. Water, coffee, something stronger, perhaps. Whiskey.
I'd love a cup of tea, if there's a pot on the go. Alright.
I can tell you're new. The tea here tastes like cat's piddle. You really don't want to drink it.
Oh, shame. I love tea. He pours me a cup of coffee from his canteen instead. It's a good thing I like coffee. Well, way to assume, but alright.
It'll take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works. So, for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals.
Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here.
Yes, that's about it.
And the lady outside?
Ah, Miss Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful people, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before long. We're a tidy little family here, Icebane, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely.
Thank you, sir. I hope so.
Okay, first things first. This is her basic kit.
He begins to go through the pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn.
This is your backpack. You put everything into it.
We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful.
As will your own water bottle. Some disinfectant hand spray. And these heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from the felines now, don't we?
I suppose not. I shove each of them into my new backpack as he gives them to me.
Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. There's a lot here.
He indicates the small pile of what looks like laundry.
His basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscopes, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife, with all the tool attachments. Finally, without a doubt, most importantly, this.
He holds up something that looks like a small mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one.
This is your catalog.
Catalog?
Yes, the name comes from the earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. But as you see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of your team. I've added everyone's contact details for you, listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes with it when you insert microchips into the back of the cat's necks so we can keep track of them. This very valuable piece of equipment, Iceman, and I need you to protect it above all else. Do you understand?
He is looking at me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. Yes, sir, of course. I will look after it.
Good. You'll get to know all of the functions as you go along. But for now, I suggest will you take a stroll out and see if we find a few friends I can introduce you to so you could give it a try. So you could try it out.
He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a goal. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Forgot to do his voice.
The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It is really most remarkable.
It certainly is.
Even the lack of wildlife itself is quite remarkable.
What do you mean, Professor?
Well, put simply, there's a type of force field that surrounds this island, disallowing anything to enter.
What about me? Also, how do the cats eat?
You mean...
You mean literally anything?
Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it.
So, how do the cats eat? Forgive my lack of intelligence on the subject, but, we're here. The professor lets out a disconcertingly loud laugh.
I see what you mean. Well, there is, of course, one small break in this invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down on this. All right now, what you need to know is basically this island is shaped like a peanut.
Alright. He's picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map of the island. I'm gonna guess it's a peanut. Of course.
This, our end of the island, is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to us. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region.
Oh, what? What types of difficulties, Professor?
Well, we're not sure as to we'd like to be, but What I can tell you is that the very environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least.
And at the worst?
Fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage.
Gosh, that's serious.
As I say, it's best to keep away. But let's not go into all that now, my dear. We've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we'll refer to the far end of the Rook Island as the Danger Zone. With good reason. ... I must ask you to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. I must ask you not to put yourself at risk.
He refers to the map once more, drawing a line past the center with an X in the end section.
There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I don't want you getting too close to them. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home.
He has led me to a spot where a few fellow cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out a new catalog now, Icebane? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled looking cat who was sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. The cat lets out a displeased mew, but doesn't struggle. Its large body, billowing with long orange fur, just sort of hangs on in the professor's arm in a lazy resignation.
Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap?
I find the on switch, somewhat timidly, activate it. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select an app labeled Cat Scan, and it loads instantly. There is no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he is scanning the chip it is implemented. he said the scanning chip is implemented in the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find in this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. Excuse me. I'm probably going to need to get a cup of tea soon. I blow to make the parting and press the catalog to its skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work.
That should do it.
And he plops the man-made tome, the marmalade tome back, He plops the marmalade tome back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find that the cat has been successfully scanned.
No.
His name is Floofy Butt. Floofy Butt. Name, Floofy Butt. Gender, male. Age, 10 years for 4 months. Gosh, he's getting old. Probably only has like a year and a half left. Breed, red tabby, Persian. Eye color, red. Alright. Amazing.
Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job will be to scan the cats and tag them, such as Mr. Floofy Butt here. But it looks like you'll have no problems in that area. Excellent work, Icebane.
Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started.
Well, why don't you have a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These 5 spend a lot of time together. They're like a little family, aren't you? Yes, you are.
The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover to me. I think we're going to be getting along great. Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with beautiful calico markings. Comes towards me, already purring.
Meow.
Trixie. Gender female. Age 3 years 8 months. Breed Calico American Shorthair. Eye color green. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay much attention to me and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Egyptian short hairs usually are not very emotive at all, to my knowledge. Also social cats. Need to have two.
Meow.
Snooty Booty. Gender female. Age 11 years 1 month. Breed Sphinx. Eye color blue. Alright. Gonna hop out and get a quick cup of tea before I continue. Doing the professor's voice is quite hard on mine. Alright guys, I'm back with a cup of tea and some eclairs to boot. Alright. Let's go. The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one.
Meow, 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 meow.
His name is McMurphy. Gender male. Age 6 years. Breed brown crossbreed. Eye color green. And finally, the one I've deliberately been putting off to last. He's been skulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce me at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. Kibbles. Gender male. Age 3 years. Breed white British Longhair. Eye color green. All done. I hope you've enjoyed.
All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals.
The professor lets out a little laugh.
I have the feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in.
So all I've done is just walk up to these cats, scan them, and I'm done. I am suddenly exhausted and grateful to head back to camp. Alright. Ooh. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write in my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel the goosebumps bloom all over my arms. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that, and this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. Alright. My eyelids close, thinking of the cats, and to the island, and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream. Oh.
Finally awake.
Hey there, and thanks for watching my video of A Purrfect Date. Today, we tagged a few cats. Tomorrow, we'll see what happens on this mysterious island. Find out in the next video where we might just go on a date. Either way, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and I'll see you next time.